and welcome to Medford Happenings, a show for and about the city of Medford, and I am John Petrella. And the purpose of this program is to give Medford citizens facts and information to help you make informed choices and to discover city services or even businesses you may not have been aware of. And our guest today is Greg Carbonello, who has been through addiction, recovery, everything in between. And I really want to thank you, Greg, for coming on the show. It takes a lot, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Blessed to be here.
Okay, so before we get started, with your story, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Greg Carbonello?
Greg Carbonello. I'm a 51-year-old man, lifelong Medford resident. Family came to Medford in 73, right before I was born, from Charlestown, Mass. And,
from Charlestown,
yeah,
okay.
From Charlestown, Mass.
Yeah.
And family's been here since. My brother graduated Medford High, 1987, starting guard at the Medford High basketball team. Yep. I graduated Medford High, class of 91. Didn't do a lot of the sports at Medford High School because I was already into, the girls,
yes.
the drinking, the drugging. In high school I did a lot of local sports, CYO, Babe Ruth, Senior Babe Ruth, and so forth. But I ended up going to Northeastern University, College of Criminal Justice, graduated in 1997. And I've been working in the criminal justice field since, 27 years. 1999
wow, nice.
I started for the state, and in February I just started my 27th year.
Great, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Really, that's a good story. I thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
I really do. All right, so now can you, tell our audience and as best you can, how did you begin the journey with addiction? What age? I mean, I think you just said a little bit about what age you first started using, and I mean, how did it all come about?
So for me, I grew up loving sports, entertainment, activity. I was always out and about, and the adrenaline rush I think I got from the sports got me into football cards.
Okay.
So obviously that happened in high school, probably early. I think actually before that, I think my first bet, I placed probably at 12.
Wow.
I was, a quick story, I was shoveling my neighbor's, the snowstorm. We had a snowstorm, and I was shoveling top of his driveway. He was going to pay me like $10 or something. I knew he went down to the track, and he's like, if you want to put in a bet, I'll put in a bet for you. So I said, instead of giving me the $10 for shoveling the snow, why don't you put the 10 on the 2-horse? Probably came in dead last, but yeah, that's that's where it started with me. It was gambling.
Yeah.
That was my first vice, and gambling at a young age, and got into high school and drinking down the woods. Keg parties back then. Pretty normal behavior when you're a teenager.
Yeah, we all did it.
We all did it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like to do it, more than most. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the kids that I was hanging out with, if they weren't athletes, they weren't kids that were playing on the sport teams, I was hanging around with the kids who like to drink, smoke weed,
Right.
grab girls.
Yep.
And that's what I like to do.
Yep. Doesn't always lead to great stuff, but a lot of us did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that wasn't my full, in-depth trip into addiction.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was a slow progression.
Right. Yeah.
But we talk about addiction, a lot of people, are we born with the gene? Do we have the gene? My brother died of a heroin overdose in 2015. That's just part of my story. But
Yeah.
addiction, it can happen to anybody. It happens to people's family. It doesn't matter white collar. Look at Medford. How many people that I've gone to school with that have passed away, to substance abuse
Right.
and mental health. And
I had the same thing. A lot of good friends
yeah.
passed away from it. A lot of things happened. And unfortunately, it really touches a lot of people, a lot of families, and you're a success story, which is
I'm
that's
working
great.
it.
No, I know but it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. So I guess you sort of gave us a little bit when you realized you had a problem.
Yeah.
And some of the things I always think about, were you able to maintain, I mean, how did things go, like, with your family, friendships, handling your job and things like that? General life, I mean.
So in general life, like in college, that's when I kind of picked up the addiction more heavily. I had the access to Percocets.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was mid-90s.
Yeah.
Mid-90s, so wasn't much of a drinker. Never really was. I'd like to hang out, but booze
Right.
wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But I liked a good buzz.
Yeah.
Couple perks. I get a prescription from the doctor. No big deal. Maintained like that through the 90s, early 2000s, just
Yeah.
weekends, parties, holiday. It wasn't like a daily thing. Then, I got in a car accident, 2003. I'm driving on, 95 South, going towards Foxborough, and there was a commercial company in front of two cars, and staging started coming off the back, flew at my car. The wheel went through the windshield. I mean,
Wow.
it would have killed me if it hit me.
Right.
But anyways, long story short, ended up with herniated discs.
Wow.
Next thing you know, need to go in, need pain pills,
Yeah.
prescription for Percocets.
Yeah.
And
so-
slowly from there, the progression
Oh, yeah.
began. And it's like, I was hooked. I was hooked right off the rip. And that was, 2003 is when it really started. And then it lasted until 2023. 20
Wow.
straight years of
Yeah.
active addiction, and the perks
Yeah.
went to 15s to 30. And whatever the doctor was going to give me, I was going to get.
Right, and this is, the doctor was giving it to you. I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of doctors back in our time.
Back then, that's what they did.
Yeah.
And that's why the whole OxyContin addiction
Right.
ravaged the cities.
Oh, yeah.
People dying, and
Yeah.
in the suits and in the settlements, and all that stuff stems back.
Right.
So for me, a lot of people think it's divine intervention, that it's a miracle that I survived what I did, considering I used actively from 03 to 23.
Yeah.
And, I never got arrested, never got in trouble. Was able to maintain a full-time job Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, to the best of my ability. But when I wasn't at work, towards the end, I was a wreck.
Right.
I dealt with
hear
a
ya.
lot of, post-traumatic stress with my brother, and, just the addiction
Yeah.
of opiates. And it just took me to my knees.
Right, and I believe in divine intervention. I really do, anyhow.
Yeah.
I always have. Okay, so, you got all that, and I've seen a lot of people go through that. What was it, or when did you decide, or was there something specific that you can talk to us about when you just said, hey, look, I got to get help. I don't want to be like this, or I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Can you pinpoint it, or?
Yeah, I can get to a rough area towards the end of June of 2023.
Okay.
So things were kind of really becoming unraveling for me at work. Just like, attendance, banging in sick a lot.
Right.
I mean, what happened is the prescriptions, weren't coming like they were monthly. So I got to get my, pills. So, when I don't have them, I'm sick. So at that point, things kind of were going sideways. And luckily for me, like I said, divine intervention, I got stopped. I was put in my place. I was given an opportunity to get help. And, that's what I did. I mean, we can get into, how that happened. But at the end of the day, I just know I was given an opportunity. And so far, I've made the most of it.
Okay.
And if I didn't get stopped in my tracks, I probably wouldn't be sitting here having that conversation with
Okay.
you today, because for me, I was probably going to die. If not, I would have been arrested.
Right, I hear you. So the opportunity came, or however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
It comes,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't take advantage of it. They don't. They
Yeah,
really don't.
right.
They want to. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's they're not ready, they just can't do it, or it takes a lot when that opportunity comes. But you were able to take advantage.
This is just my story, right?
Right, no, I
so
understand.
I'm just telling what happened to me and what worked for me.
Right.
And I'm a one-timer. One time into treatment, one time into detox.
Right.
I was able to get it, knock on wood, through treatment, through help, through meetings,
Right.
through a recovery center, through people from work, to a good support system.
Right.
But for me to get there, it took me 20 years to get there. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when I needed to do it, when I was given the opportunity to finally look at myself in the mirror and make a change, I needed to, do that. And the steps that I took, like I said, through work, we'll get into the EAP, whatever you want to talk about.
Right.
In my situation, Employee Assistance Program,
Yes.
800 number through my union.
Right.
Called them. Next thing you know, they had a bed available for me in Portland, Maine, a couple days later.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, again, first time ever trying to reach out for treatment, grabbed it like that.
Wow.
Literally.
What year was that again?
2023. I went in
2023.
treatment on July 7th of 2023. July 8th will be 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, active recovery for me, which is amazing. I couldn't get 30
That's
days.
great.
I'm about 3 years.
That's great though.
Yeah,
that's really something.
And what it's done for my life, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? From where I was to where I am today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here, we're doing a podcast,
Right,
we're talking
no,
recovery, we're
yeah.
talking City of Medford, we're talking all positives and just trying to bring awareness to, the drug addiction and addiction itself, and can happen to anybody.
And it's incredible what you accomplished, but it can be done.
Absolutely can be done. If
Yeah.
I can do it,
No, that's what I'm saying.
if I can do
And
it,
that's
anyone can
what
do
I-
it.
Yeah, right. And that's the word. If I can do it, then anyone can
Absolutely, because I was
And- Yeah,
I
no,
like to party,
know,
have fun.
I know,
I'm doing the
I
best
know.
job on the weekends.
Yeah.
I like to hang out. I like to bet on the horses. I like to have fun.
Right.
I never got married, never had any kids. Like substance abuse literally
Right.
stole that from me.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get involved in a relationship with somebody that was in
No,
active
yeah.
addiction.
And you did the right thing.
And I couldn't do one with someone not in active addiction because they would have saw right through it.
Right.
So I just
Yeah.
isolated, self-harm, and a lot of torture. But for what I went
sure.
through to get me to where I am today, it was worth every second.
That's what I mean. It was
All worth it. Absolutely.
You wouldn't change anything.
Wouldn't change anything because it got me to where I need to be today.
And you had a good support system.
Always.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things, no
So-
matter what, because friends of mine, I've seen it, I've watched it, and it's the support system.
Yeah.
People didn't give up on you.
So my father was the head of the electrical department at Northeastern University.
Okay,
Put me and my brother through Northeastern for free.
right.
My brother ends up hooked on heroin.
Yeah.
20 years, overdoses. I'm
Right.
hooked on pill. Like, my father still got his communion money. He
Right. No,
he
no, I
don't
know.
gamble.
Yeah.
He don't drink. He
Right.
didn't drug.
They
He
didn't
plays
do it,
golf.
yeah.
He's 82 years old. He's
Yeah.
still golfing 2 to 3
Right.
days a week.
Yeah. I know.
So my mom, great person, Charlestown, Irish, Catholic,
Right.
hard, old school. Like she
what
didn't
it's
she
all
didn't deal
about.
like they didn't grow up with that. And then
No.
for me and my brother to put them through that
Yeah,
wasn't right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all good now.
It's all good now.
And that's
My mom passed away, 2012.
Yeah.
But she didn't get to see me clean and sober.
Yeah.
But my dad gets to see it.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
I think your mother knows you.
Oh, she knows.
She
Guardian
knows.
angel on my shoulder.
Yes.
No question about it.
That's what I was going to
No
get
doubt
to.
about her and my brother. I got one on the left, one on the right.
Yeah. All right. So, it's a great story. It's a difficult story. We appreciate it. A lot of people, even today, okay? I mean, I'm more familiar how it was back in my time, but there's a lot of, how difficult, let's get to you personally. How
Yeah.
difficult was it for you, to reach out, find a recovery program? I mean, you talked a little bit about your road to recovery.
Yep.
How did you, I mean, you explained how you reached out and everything, but how easy was it once you were in there for the recovery to continue?
So once I was in there, actually, it was really easy. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie,
Yeah.
because they set me up to succeed right off the bat.
Okay.
Once I go in, July 7th, 2023, they take my phone, they assign me a caseworker, and tell them what happened to me, why I was there.
Right.
And right off the bat, we're going to put together a plan, as long as you're open to it, and you're open to suggestions, and you take suggestions. Like, a lot of people will go into treatment thinking they know the answers, right?
Right.
They think, oh, I can go up there, I can clean up, get back out, go back to work. Like, I knew that I needed to change my life 100%. So whatever that was going to take for me, I was open to do. So whatever they told me to do, I was just going to say, I'm going to try it. So I was open to suggestions. I was looking to trust the process. And following my caseworker's lead, I was able to complete 28 days, right, inpatient, Liberty Bay, Portland, Maine. And then I went to a sober house for a couple of months in Malden. Pat the mailman, originally a Medford guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's originally a Medford guy. And big around here in the recovery community. A lot of
Yep.
people know Pat. He owns a home, a couple sober homes. He's got one out of Malden. But yeah, I just took suggestions, and as long as I was feeling good and I was getting back to being me, I just knew that things were working, and why not keep following what was working? And that's what
Right.
I've done
Yeah.
since day one in recovery.
Yeah.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right. And, I know this is, you're talking about yourself personally, but it is different for everybody.
Absolutely.
What works for you may not work for someone else.
Correct.
So everyone sort of has to find, their own path, put it that way.
Correct.
That makes, yeah.
Some people might go in once, some people 10, 20, whatever
Right.
it takes. As long as you keep trying. There's so many things out there now. Medical assisted treatment. There's Suboxone.
Right. Yes.
There's the shots. I'm on a Vivitrol shot.
Right.
It's called medical assisted treatment. I get a shot in my butt once a month.
Yep.
And all it is a blocker. There's no
I
side
understand.
effect. Like no side effect. There's no withdrawal from it. It's not
Right.
an opiate. They use it for people for alcohol.
Yes.
Like there's tools out there. Like we learn tools in recovery. I was able to learn tools like this MAT. I went from no opiate, no opiates in treatment. I didn't go on Suboxone. I got off all the stuff, and I go on that Vivitrol shot once a month. I could stop
Right.
tomorrow, but the insurance covers it. So it's a blessing to have these type
It's
of things.
worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are tools to every addict or person suffering through substance abuse. There's tools out there, medication, outpatient treatment. There's so many different things available. You just got to be able to know who to call and how to follow up on it.
Right, yeah. And I think another big part of it is you got to want the help.
You got to want it.
You
This
really
is
do.
it's really hard work. I'm not going to
Oh,
lie.
I know.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, how much I've traveled, how many concerts, how many sporting events, how many different things that I've done that I didn't do for literally, I'm not saying 20 years, but the last few years of addiction where I wouldn't leave my house
Right,
unless
yeah.
to work or to
Yeah.
be high.
Yeah, I hear you.
Every single thing that I do today is because of this recovery program that I continue to work on a daily
Yeah.
basis.
And that's great.
You have to. You just can't go to detox
Right.
and think that's it. I'm gonna come out
Right.
and things are gonna change. Like it's something I know this is something I need to do the rest of my
Right.
life
Yeah.
without fail.
And it's work. It's not
Every
easy.
single day.
Yeah, yeah.
Every single. It's 24/7, 365, and that's just how it is.
Right.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great story. A lot of families have been affected by, the problems, the chaos of addiction. They suffer with the addict. It's a difficult time for everyone involved. What advice, if any, and this is a tough question. What advice can you offer to people that are involved? Whether it's geez, I know siblings. I know so many families when I was growing up. There was always somebody that was having a problem. I don't have an answer. What advice can you give? Is there any advice?
There's definitely help available. Number one,
Yeah.
right? I like I said, I didn't know when I was in active addiction what type of services were available until I needed them.
Yeah.
So if you're employed, use your employee assistance if you have one.
Right.
If you have Mass Health, there's probably a number on the back of your card.
Right.
Member services, 800 number. So right off the bat, at least if you have health insurance, you should be able to get yourself into some sort of treatment.
Right.
And if it's not inpatient, outpatient, or something, it's going to be the need and the want and how much people are willing to do.
Right.
In dealing with families, like I had, the families don't know how to deal with this.
No. Yeah.
If they haven't been through it themselves, it's like watching a car wreck and you can't stop it.
Right.
Some families enable, some don't.
Yeah.
It's a no-win situation, but each family, but all I know is if you look up services available for family members, there's self-help meetings. They're available. There's AA, NA. There's all sorts of different groups for
Right.
all people around in the city of Medford.
Yep.
I attend a group on Tuesday nights
Yep.
down on Oakland Street at the First Baptist Church.
Okay,
It's
yep.
technically for first responders, but it's like a professionals meeting. And that just started. Chris Suma runs it. He's a recovery
Chris
coach
Suma.
out of Medford.
Yeah, right.
And then
yeah.
they also run a group, I think, him and Paul Stone. Is that his name?
Jason.
Jason Stone. I
Jason,
apologize.
yeah.
I
No, you
apologize.
don't have to-
I've only met him once.
We've had him on the show, and
Okay.
that, in my opinion, is like they do meetings and everything else,
Yep.
and they're under, I think it's the Board of Health. It's a whole, but they do phenomenal work.
So they have a meeting at Medford City Hall
That's
on
it.
Wednesdays
Yep.
at 4:30.
Right.
And I think they buy pizza and
Yes,
chicken
they do.
fingers
Yeah,
and
yeah,
salad
yeah.
and drinks. So if you want a good recovery meeting, show
There
up
you
at
go.
Medford
Yeah.
City Hall, second floor, Wednesdays.
Yeah.
You might see me pop in here and
There
there
you go.
during the week and try to
Right.
get that. But I'm at Tuesday nights, no doubt about it,
Yeah.
over at the First Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get as many members possible. So if you're out there, you work for the city of Medford, or some people are afraid with the stigma, having to deal with, people they're going to think, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I know people don't swear, but I don't give what people think, you know what I mean? I apologize. I'm sorry for the swearing, but
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't, you know what I mean? I've been through a lot.
I know,
And,
I know.
I need to do what's best for me. So if you need to break the stigma for me being here talking about this,
Right. Yeah,
get you
it's a
in the
good
door.
thing.
If you want to come to a meeting, I'm there. We can
Right.
talk, hang out, and
Yeah.
whatever I can do to help somebody, I'm available. We have my Facebook account,
Yeah.
Greg Carbonello. I'm on Instagram, gcobby at 1076.
Yeah, so people can reach out
People
to
can
you.
reach out to me.
You're willing to help.
Willing to help, whatever
Yeah.
I can do. That's
Yeah.
why I'm here.
Yeah.
Tell my story, what happened to me. 'Cause I'm a white collar kid, you know what I mean, from
Right.
Medford.
Yeah.
It happened to me. It can happen to anybody.
Right, yeah. You brought up Jason and Chris, and I know they're under the Medford Health Department, and
Yeah.
they're a great program, and I'm going to tell you, when we had them on the show, the feedback was incredible, and I mean, a lot of people really were not aware of what all the programs they offer in this city. It's incredible how many people don't know.
I still don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I know some of them, but
Yeah.
I can say this though about Malden. Can I bring up Malden? I know we're in Medford,
Yeah, no,
but
you can bring it up.
Malden,
Anything.
the bridge recovery. Bridge recovery in Malden.
Yeah.
This place is excellent.
Yeah,
Services, it's open all the time. They got food. They got all sorts of meetings, treatment. They
Right.
got casework. They got so much. Like, I'm on a board out of Randolph, an opiate abatement committee that they formed
Okay.
from the Department of Mental Health. And, the amount of money that each city gets, like Medford gets so much money each year from
Right.
the Federal Opiate Abatement Fund.
Right.
So that's supposed to be put towards treatment and, helping people. So hopefully, that we get that money and they start using it. I'm not sure what type of programs they're running, but these self-help meetings that I'm attending, it would be nice to see more programming available and make it accessible
Right.
on Facebook groups or whatever. I
Yeah.
just would like to see a lot more postings if they were available.
Yeah. I don't want to get into too much, but I am seeing, I travel here, there, locally.
Yeah.
Certain places, whatever.
Yeah.
And I hate to see it, but it seems like there's an increase of
Yeah.
things going on with the drug use. And I'm not sure what
Yeah.
they're using nowadays, but it's like it's powerful stuff, whatever it is. I'll say that, or it
Yeah.
seems like it's a lot more powerful.
Well, I know what it's fentanyl.
Yeah,
And
see?
the stuff is killing people.
It is,
It's legit poison. They're putting it in fake pills. They're putting
Right.
it in you can't buy anything anymore unless you go to a legal. If I'm saying medical marijuana, which
Right.
is legal. You go to a dispensary.
Right.
Do not buy anything off anyone or be taking anything that someone gives you off the street because one pill can kill.
And that's it.
That's
yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
over.
See, yeah.
Fentanyl. Like, how many families have lost
no,
loved
I
ones
know,
over?
that's-
They don't even use drugs. They just
Right.
happen to
They
take
just happen
something.
to take it that one night.
And that was it. Game
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
sad. Like, that happens to
Yeah,
more
it's
people than
terrible.
we know.
Yeah, because you hear about it a lot more, much more than ever before.
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing, it seems like I see people that, need some help. A lot more people need help out there. That's all. That's the
Yeah.
best way to
Yeah.
put it.
Hopefully, about the Narcan, there's Narcan training available.
Right,
So
yeah.
that money that come in from the opiate abatement is supposed to be put to fund for train.
the
I know in
Narcan.
Randolph they go to schools. They opened up a center
Right.
to have education and awareness, and
Yeah.
they're teaching the kids in high school and talking. And they're going to the football games, the hockey
Right.
games, the
How to
basketball
use
games.
it.
They're setting up tables and they're
Right.
talking. So maybe Medford can start doing stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just get back into the community
Right.
and
Yeah.
make
I
people
think
aware
that's-
of what's
yeah.
going on.
Yeah. I want to get back to something.
Yeah.
And I just, with the families, okay? And you said something, it struck a chord with me. Not for any particular reason, but, and I know a lot of families, I'm going back a ways, that dealt with all this stuff. And you use the word enabler. And it's, that's such an important word when it comes to addictions and everything else. And I've seen, mothers, whatever. I'm not going to get, but it's like I don't even think they realize, what's going on. Do you?
So all I can tell you is this: when my mother and my brother and I, were in the house, and my brother was in active addiction,
Right.
and he'd go out and come in. He'd go in and out of treatment, detoxes, and she'd keep letting him back.
Right.
And she'd be like, "That's my kid.
Yeah.
That's my kid. You don't have. It's not your son. It's your brother, but that was my mother's son. You know what I mean? So, no matter what, again, every story is different. But and I can understand that now.
Right.
But at the end of the day, did it help? Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
But, the money, the enabling, the finance, it's like this ruins people financially.
Right.
It's more than just the drug. It affects the whole family.
Yeah.
Everybody's affected.
Yeah.
From the brothers to the sister, whoever's involved. It just, it's the whole family is along for the ride.
Yeah.
It just doesn't take out the person addicted. It takes out the whole family.
Right, and it's difficult. And it's
so difficult.
Yeah, and I've seen, like I say, I've seen some parents, great parents. I mean, the kids, I grew up with them. They were great. All of a sudden, they got involved. And I don't want to say it was accidental that they started using, but it was more recreational, for recreational reasons. And then the next thing you know, it was boom, more different, and they went up the road, and it's like, but the I think like you a little bit. It was like they were enabled.
Yeah.
They sort of had a place to come back to no matter what.
Right.
And yeah.
There's a lot of stigma involved.
Yeah.
Families are afraid, like when stuff's happening, by me talking about this, it breaks the stigma.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's a good thing.
And I spoke in Revere. They had a Stomp Out Stigma a couple of years ago. I spoke on that. And it's like, this happened to me.
Right.
Graduated Northeastern. College of Criminal Justice.
Yeah.
Worked for the state 20s, and I'm hooked on opiates.
Yeah.
But I also beat it.
Yeah.
And here I am.
And it's a great thing.
I was going to swear it. I apologize.
No,
it's that city
okay.
thing. It's CPRA, CAPOC.
I know.
think it's all about.
Yeah, it's going back to, I know.
Yeah. But again, like I said,
yeah.
it's Medford in general, man. It does not discriminate. It can happen anywhere.
Right.
It don't matter how much money your family's making or how much.
Makes no difference.
Makes no difference.
Yeah. All right, I got to ask you, what is your advice to anyone? And I know we've talked about just about everything now, but looking to get into a recovery program. Where does one go? I know you brought up about at work and things like that, but what is it? How do you get involved to begin, on the road to recovery? I mean, you made a decision, boom, and that was it. You were on your road. How do other people? What is it?
Again, each case obviously is different, but I'm just thinking from my perspective. Hope you can make your first time your last time.
Right.
If you got family and everybody's trying to work to get somebody help, there's so many services available now. Okay. It's not like before. If you're on Facebook, social media, it's just available.
Right.
And as long as you have insurance, they're going to find you somewhere. You just got to be willing to go.
Willing to go.
Willing to go.
Key.
I was going to go wherever they sent me.
Right.
Like if they told me, you got to go to Florida, would have loved it. But I'm saying, I called my 800 number, said I need a bed, punched in my information. We got a place called Liberty Bay, Portland, Maine. Can you be there Friday morning, July 7th? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
I had to tell my employer, listen, need help. They were great. Wish me success. I didn't know what I was going into. My friend told me, trust the process.
And that's all you can
Great
do.
advice.
Yeah. I hear you.
Great advice. And I've been doing it since, taking suggestions, attending meetings.
Right.
Just being involved. You have to actively work your recovery, like we've been saying. You have to actively work it every day. It's for the rest of your life.
Right.
You got to look at it that way.
It never ends.
You just got to adjust to this is my new life. I can have a lot of fun, but I just can't have it.
Yeah.
Drugs and alcohol.
Right. Yeah. And it's unbelievable because, I remember a lot of my friends, with the drinking, it was like bad. They used to call them functioning alcoholics back in our time.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, whoa, how are they going to work every day? How are they, it was incredible. But
It's
then
not easy.
No, it isn't.
It's not easy
No,
it's harder to live that way.
Yes.
So this is some more advice. It's harder to be an
Yes.
active addiction at work
Yes.
than to be sober.
Yes, because I used to always be like, how do they do it? How? I mean, they're drinking hard liquor in the morning, the afternoon, the evening.
It's a lot of work.
And they're holding down jobs and their family. And I'm like, oh, my God. But
Yeah.
luckily, most of them found recovery and, things worked out for them.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to get into the last question, that we have for you. What does, and I'm going to say, what does our, current recovery support system, what does that look like today's world? And what do you, I know you've said a little bit about what you're actively doing today. You attend meetings, you do all that, but what's out there? I mean, if you could put it all together, a support system. Where does it start, Greg? That's the question I'm asking. Does it start with your parents? Does it start with yourself? I mean,
I think it starts with education.
Okay.
I think it needs to be, again, I don't have children. I haven't put them
Right.
through
No,
school.
yeah.
I don't know what type of education they're
Right.
doing at Medford High or other public schools.
Okay.
But they should have people coming in and talking. I remember when I was in high school,
Yes.
they filmed it with Derek Sanderson. He came in
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
how he was, drunk and drugged out on the, in City Hall. And I can remember that.
I remember.
And I can remember that. So if I can remember that now in 2026,
Yeah.
and I heard that conversation in the late 80s, I still think they can get back to that.
Yeah.
Bringing people in,
Yeah.
support. There's so many people now. Like, I think being in recovery is cool. Like, to me,
Right.
I don't look at it as a down. Like, I think it's cool, man. There's so many people that are promoting this now. And it's available.
Yeah.
So you don't need to live in the shadows. You don't need to be embarrassed. You don't need to hide. You can deal with this publicly.
Yeah.
And it's a public health issue, right? It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
The opiate epidemic. Somehow I survived it.
Right.
And so I'm here to speak on it.
We're happy you did.
I'm
by
happy
the
I
way.
did too, but
and this is great what you're doing. Talking about it, it really is. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate
and it
coming
helps in
on.
my recovery as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is what my story. This is what happened to me, and it can happen to your neighbor,
Right.
your cousin,
Yeah.
anybody's kid. It's
Yeah.
it's not the homeless person, Melena Cass.
Right.
It's
Oh,
anybody.
no, I know.
It's
Yeah.
anybody.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
anybody. Addiction can
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
and now with the gambling, at the Encore and the casino,
Oh.
like we're heading. I'm telling you, I was ahead of the curve back when I was in high
Oh.
school. Marijuana. Gambling, they're both legal now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I was like, legalizing gambling. I don't know. I mean, you knew it was going to happen eventually. I mean, but I know that's another thing that I had a lot of friends with. I'm talking gambling big bucks, and boy, you could get in some trouble. And
Addiction.
yeah.
One of the worst.
Right.
It's almost like opiates.
Yeah.
They say what type of the brain?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
opiates.
it's
And
probably worse. because,
probably worse. Financially, it's
Yeah,
worse.
financially,
Yeah.
you're heading for ruin. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we got to have you back on again. I mean, there's so much more, but you really did a great job.
I appreciate it. I did my best.
Yeah, no, you did a great job. I think, we got a great message out today, and that's what we want to do on this show. Inform people what's going on, what's happening, and thank you so much for joining us. And, is the stigma, one last question, the stigma, is it less now than when we were young? I'm just curious. Do you think it's still that, really bad out there? Or?
All I can say is this. For me,
Yeah.
this is my stigma.
Personally,
Personally.
yes. Yeah.
Friends, excellent. Work, my immediate office, excellent.
Right.
Besides that,
It's still there.
it's still there.
yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about
And
that.
it's never going to go away.
I'm trying to change
Unfortunately.
it, but
Right, it's
I
difficult.
can only do my best.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I can only do my best
And
by
you are.
doing these.
And that's the key. You are doing your best.
I'm doing my best every day by, spreading the word.
Yep. No, it's great. All right. So, I want to thank you again, Greg, for joining us on Medford Happenings. We all wish you continued success. Really mean that. It was great to have you on. I also want to take a minute. I want to thank everyone who has been watching the show. I want to thank you all for your feedback. And if you would like to appear on the show, you can contact us at Medford Happenings 02155 at gmail.com. And you will be able to watch replays of this program on Medford Community Media Access Channel. You can check out our website, medfordhappenings.com. And you can now either view or listen to this as a podcast. And you can find all of our shows on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, search for Medford Happenings. Please like and subscribe when you do. You can also find us on Facebook at Medford Happenings. We also have our own subreddit, whatever that is, and you can find us at reddit.com/r/Medford Happenings. So for the Medford Happenings team, John, Paul, Marco, Bruce, James, and Joe, I'm John Petrella. Remember, Medford, stay informed. Thank you all. Did great, Greg. Ta-da!